The man who wanted to know everything, Leonardo da Vinci learned English through stories. Welcome back to Storytime English. Take a deep breath, sit comfortably, and let your mind relax. Today, we step back 500 years into the quiet hills of Renaissance Italy. We are going to explore the life of a man whose curiosity had no limits. A man who looked at a bird and saw a flying machine. A man who looked at the human body and saw a masterpiece of engineering. His name was Leonardo da Vinci. Today, Leonardo is known as one of the greatest painters in human history. Millions of people travel to museums just to stand in front of his paintings, such as the Mona Lisa or the Last Supper. But if you could travel back in time and ask Leonardo who he was, he might not call himself just a painter. He was a scientist, an engineer, an anatomist, an architect, a musician, and an inventor. Above all, he was a seeker of truth. He was the man who wanted to know everything. Before we begin our journey into his life, let us pause for a moment to look at 3 useful English words that will appear in today's story. First, the word curiosity. Curiosity is a strong desire to learn or know something. When you are curious, you ask questions about the world around you. Second, the word observation. Observation means the act of watching something carefully in order to gain information. Leonardo did not just look at things, he practiced deep observation. Third, the word notebook. A notebook is a small book with blank pages used for writing notes or drawing pictures. As you will see today, Leonardo's notebooks were the center of his mind. Now, let us travel to the year 1452, near the small town of Vinci, in the sunny region of Tuscany, Italy. Leonardo was born in a simple stone house surrounded by olive trees, rolling hills, and flowing streams. He was an illegitimate child, which meant his parents were not married. Because of this, he was not allowed to attend traditional schools or study ancient languages like Latin and Greek. He did not receive a formal education like the wealthy children of his time. To many, this might have seemed like a limitation. But for young Leonardo, it was a hidden blessing. Because no teacher was telling him what to think, nature became his primary school. While other children were sitting indoors reciting old books, young Leonardo spent his days wandering alone in the Tuscan countryside. He was fascinated by everything. He would sit by a river for hours, watching how the water moved around a smooth rock. He observed how the sunlight reflected off the leaves of trees. He watched the flight of birds, carefully recording how their wings opened, caught the wind, and glided through the air. Leonardo believed that eyes were the most important tool for understanding the universe. He called himself a disciple of experience. He did not rely on what ancient scholars wrote in books. He wanted to see, touch, and test everything for himself. One day, while walking in the mountains near his home, Leonardo found a deep, dark cave. He stood at the entrance of the cave for a long time. In his writings, he described feeling 2 strong emotions at the exact same time: fear of the darkness inside the cave, and a powerful desire to enter and see if there was any marvelous thing hidden within it. That moment in front of the cave symbolized his entire life. Whenever Leonardo faced the unknown, his curiosity was always stronger than his fear. He moved forward into the dark, eager to uncover the secrets of nature. As Leonardo grew older, his father recognized that his son possessed an extraordinary talent for drawing. When Leonardo was around 14 years old, his father brought a selection of his drawings to Florence, one of the most vibrant and artistic cities in Europe at the time. His father showed the drawings to Andrea del Verrocchio, a famous painter and sculptor who ran a busy workshop in Florence. Verrocchio was deeply impressed by the young boy's natural ability and immediately accepted him as an apprentice. An apprentice is a young person who learns a trade or skill by working under an experienced master. In Verrocchio's workshop, Leonardo did not just learn how to hold a paintbrush. He learned how to mix colors from raw minerals, how to prepare wooden panels for painting, how to work with metals, and how to sculpt stone. The workshop was a buzzing hub of creativity and practical science. It was during these years in Florence that Leonardo developed his unique approach to art. To Leonardo, art and science were not separate things. They were two sides of the exact same coin. He believed that to paint an object accurately, a painter must understand how that object functions internally. If he wanted to paint a tree, he studied how sap moves through its branches. If he wanted to paint water, he studied fluid dynamics. And if he wanted to paint a human face, he felt he must understand every muscle, bone, and tendon beneath the skin. Let us pause here for our second vocabulary spotlight. Word 1. Apprentice. An apprentice is a learner who works under a skilled master to acquire a trade. Word 2. Anatomy. Anatomy is the scientific study of the structure of human or animal bodies. Word 3. Sfumato. This is an Italian word used in art history. It refers to a technique of blending colors so subtly that there are no harsh lines, creating a soft, misty effect. Leonardo became famous for using the sfumato technique. He realized that in real life, nature does not have black outline borders around objects. Everything blends into light and shadow softly. By applying thin, translucent layers of oil paint over many months, he created paintings that looked remarkably soft, deep, and alive. One famous story from his workshop years tells how Verrocchio was working on a large painting called The Baptism of Christ. He asked young Leonardo to paint one of the angels holding a garment on the left side of the canvas. When Leonardo finished his angel, Verrocchio stood back and looked at it in silence. Leonardo's angel was painted with such softness, grace, and realistic light that it outshone the rest of the painting. Legends say that when Verrocchio saw his young student's immense talent, he put down his brushes and resolved never to paint again, realizing that the student had surpassed the master. Leonardo was no longer just an apprentice. He was becoming a master of the European Renaissance. Yet, despite his rising reputation as a painter, his restless mind was already looking beyond the canvas. He was eager to design machines, study the cosmos, and unlock the mechanics of life itself. In the 1480s, Leonardo moved from Florence to Milan to work for the Duke of Milan, Ludovico Sforza. When Leonardo applied for a job with the Duke, he wrote a famous letter. In this letter, he did not focus on his ability to paint. Instead, he listed his talents as a military engineer. He wrote that he could build light bridges, design armored vehicles, construct catapults, and create underground water channels. Only at the very end of the letter did he mention, "I can also paint." For nearly 20 years in Milan, Leonardo's imagination ran wild. He worked as an architect, designed stage sets for royal plays, engineered city water systems, and filled page after page of his notebooks with revolutionary ideas. If you could hold one of Leonardo's notebooks today, you would notice something very strange. He wrote from right to left, using mirror writing. This meant that to read his text clearly, you had to hold the page up to a mirror. Some historians believe he did this to keep his private thoughts secret, while others believe he simply did it because he was left-handed and did not want to smudge the fresh ink across the page as he wrote. In these notebooks, Leonardo designed inventions that were centuries ahead of his time. He drew plans for a flying machine called an ornithopter, which had mechanical wings designed to flap like the wings of a bird. He designed an aerial screw, which is considered the direct ancestor of the modern helicopter. He drew plans for an armored tank powered by humans turning cranks, a self-propelled cart that was an early forefather of the automobile, and even a diving suit made of leather with air tubes attached to cork floats on the water's surface. None of these machines were actually built during his lifetime, because the technology of the 15th century could not manufacture the necessary light engines or strong materials. But the sheer imagination behind them was extraordinary. Let us pause for our third vocabulary spotlight. Word 1, invention. An invention is a new process, device, or machine created through original thought. Word 2, mirror writing. Mirror writing is text written in reverse direction, so that it appears normal when viewed in a mirror. Word 3, patience. Patience is the capacity to accept delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. It is important to understand that Leonardo was not a machine that produced finished projects effortlessly. In fact, he had a major personal struggle. He often found it difficult to finish what he started. Because his mind was constantly filled with new ideas, he would frequently start a magnificent painting or engineering project, become captivated by a new question, and leave the old project unfinished. Some people of his time criticized him for this, calling him unreliable. However, Leonardo did not view his unfinished works as failures. For him, the true joy was not in completing an object for fame or money. The true joy was in the mental process of discovery, understanding the problem, and coming up with the solution. Once the mystery was solved in his mind, he was ready to move on to the next secret of the universe. In the final stages of his life, Leonardo returned to painting one last masterpiece, a portrait of a young woman named Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a silk merchant from Florence. Today, this small oil painting on a poplar wood panel is known across the globe as the Mona Lisa. Leonardo worked on the Mona Lisa for many years, carrying the portrait with him wherever he traveled. He never delivered it to the merchant who ordered it. Instead, he kept refining it, adding hundreds of microscopic, thin layers of paint to her face and veil. When you look at the Mona Lisa, her smile appears to change depending on where you look. If you look directly at her lips, the smile seems small and subtle. If you look at her eyes, her smile seems to expand and become mysterious. Leonardo achieved this magic using his deep scientific knowledge of human eye vision and his fumato painting technique. He applied his understanding of how the human eye perceives light and focus, creating an image that feels alive, breathing, and ever-changing. The Mona Lisa was not just a portrait, it was the sum total of Leonardo's lifelong study of light, human emotion, and nature. In 1516, at the invitation of the King of France, Leonardo moved to a quiet manor house near Amboise, France. He brought his notebooks, his tools, and his beloved Mona Lisa with him. On May 2, 1519, at the age of 67, Leonardo da Vinci passed away peacefully. Legend says that in his final days, Leonardo expressed humility about his life's work, writing that he had offended God and mankind because his work had not reached the quality it should have. Even at the very end of his life, his standards for knowledge and perfection were higher than anything a single human life could fulfill. Today, Leonardo da Vinci leaves behind a powerful lesson for all of us, especially for language learners and curious minds. He showed us that genius is not just a rare gift you are born with. Genius begins with paying attention to the world around you. It comes from asking simple questions. Why is the sky blue? How do birds stay in the air? How can I express an emotion in words or art? When you learn a new language like English, you are walking in the footsteps of Leonardo's spirit. You are observing new words, exploring new ways of thinking, and opening a doorway into a wider world. You do not need to be perfect every day, and you do not need to finish every project in a rush. Like Leonardo, you can enjoy the simple process of daily discovery. Thank you for listening to today's story on Storytime English. Take a moment to reflect on Leonardo's curiosity today. What is one small thing in nature or life that you can observe more carefully today? If you enjoyed this peaceful journey, please give this video a like, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to join our quiet community of learners. Until next time, stay curious, keep listening, and take care.